To view. Oh, this is my prayer. This is my prayer.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody out there, snap your fingers like this.
Just do it.
Funk from the front seat is upon you. 9 on the Grind TV. Right here.
Just do it.
We're going to start up with our hometown guest today up in D.C. Robert Harper's in the house. Bass player extraordinaire. Funk all-star. Video. You name it. I'm your host, number 9. New York. Where you at? Bay Shore. Where you at? Queens. Staten Island.
Once upon a time, there were some relatives of yours.
Minneapolis. What's up, y'all? Woo! Detroit. Love you, gang. Oh, I'm hyped today, y'all. Jersey, you heard? What's up, Jersey? Philadelphia, Dr. Brukenstein. Pennsylvania, where you at? Delaware, are you aware? North and South Carolina, JP, I love you. Florida, Georgia, you go. Woo! Louisiana, where you at? Tennessee, you're the only 10 I see. Woo! Chocolate City! Brenda in Ohio. What's up, Boosie? What's up, Patty? I need y'all to clap your hands. Come on. California, West Coast is the best coast. That's what I heard. Nevada, what's up, Joanne? Hawaii, Tokyo, Japan, China, Pyongyang, Borneo, Utah, North and South Dakota. From the front seat, Robert Harper's in the house today. Egypt, Iraq, Iran, Dubai. I need the whole world to clap their hands and snap their fingers like this. We need another point of view, y'all. Russia, Ukraine, Hungary, I got you. Colombia, Peru, Puerto Rico, Haiti, I got you. We got you with that love, y'all. Everybody around the world, we need another point of view. It's all good. Like the natives do, y'all. From the front seat, 9 on the Grind TV. I'm hyped today, y'all. I'm hyped today. Robert Harper's in the house today. Hey, what's up, Texas? The Funkavinci, I got you. The mothership, Tony Cam and the Funk All Stars. I got you. Virginia, love you, family. Robert Harper's beaming in for y'all. Oh, that's hot. Today, our special guest, a good brother, man. We've been friends for a long time. Finally got a chance to jam together. But before we bring him in for a hot second, I want to let you know that I love you guys out there. Peace, love, and harmony always. That's what this show is about. So, y'all stay chill out there, man, and watch each other's back. This full moon is going to do some strange things out there. Check it out. Producer today, Mr. Mark Lee Extraordinaire, the main man behind the glass, keeping it funky, keeping it fast, always classy, never lacking, never last. My main man, Mr. Mark Lee. So y'all give him a hand out there, because without Mark Lee, the show wouldn't run, But today, we're going to chop it up, with, from the musical tip, the funk tip. We're going to, explore some different avenues about what we feel is happening in the funk world. This man is an expert, obviously. His credentials speak for himself, Mr. Robert Harper. We want everybody to, check it out, get into it, relax, go back and watch our shows to your heart content. Also, I want to announce today that we are going to start YouTube Shorts. So that's going to be master clips, miniature clips, 2-3 minute clips on our own YouTube channel, my channel, new YouTube channel. And we're going to show like the best of the best of the best. So, we're going to go through some shows and, we're going to launch this next week, hopefully. No later than the end of the month, but by next week it should be up. You all will see my announcements all over my Facebook page. Thank you guys for always supporting the show, for tuning in. We're like at our 2.5-year anniversary almost, so that's some amazing shit right there. Never thought it would be like this, and all the funk love that we get all the time. Special shout out to my homie Keith Jackson. I love you. As Brendo said, we're gonna keep it moving. Right now, without further ado, Mr. Robert Harper's in the house.
Hey.
What up, money?
Zach Mack.
Look at you. Looking like a brand new crispy $100 bill.
I need my horse.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man. I was ripping and running and gunning this, and I was across town. I said, "Whoa, wait a minute! I got to get back for an interview with Zach."
Got to beam in.
Yeah. So, I'm here. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right, man. Can you turn your volume up a little bit for me?
Turn it up? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, just a little bit, not a lot. Just a little pinch there.
Okay, how's that?
That's perfect, bro. Now check this out. I'm already like looking in the background. What bass is that?
Oh, that's my Pearl. That's Pearl. Where's she at? Where's she at? Oh,
Yeah, introduce Pearl. I want to see Pearl. Oh God, yes. Hold it up, man. We need to see that.
This is Pearl. My number one bass. Of course, I got you see the Bootsy Collins signed it.
Oh man, Bootsy.
Yeah.
Yo, dog.
He says keep finger funkin', Rob.
Yo, dog. Let me tell you something. That's amazing, man. Your bass just jumped off the page at me and said, "Listen, I gotta go first."
Hey, and let me tell you a true story.
Yes, sir.
My bass got me my first major interview with Bass Musician Magazine.
Wow.
They interviewed my bass before they even knew me.
Yo, I'm telling you, the bass spoke to me just now and said, "Listen, he just holds me up. I'm the real star."
My bass was at a trade show, and I wasn't there. I was walking around and stuff, and I get home and I'm looking, and the Bass Musician, they got something on YouTube, and I go, "Wait a minute, that's my bass."
Yeah.
I said they need to talk to me, so I contacted the guy. We good friends now, Raw, or how you say his last name, Amador.
Okay.
He's the editor behind Bass Musician Magazine. You might want to talk to him too. He's a cool cat.
Yeah, man, for sure.
We've been partners ever since, man. But it was my bass that got me through that door.
Let me tell you something, man. That's special right there. And just because I know you and you're my brother and everything, man, I am always happy to see people happy with the instruments they have because they bring you joy. That's dope, man. So check this out. Where you from originally?
California, Carson, California.
West Coast, Cali. How long you been on the East?
I've been on the East 2016. What's that? 6 years?
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, as a New Yorker by way of North Carolina, welcome to the East Coast. We call it the Beast Coast, as you know.
Yeah.
Because we be beasting over here, it was fun to play with you at the ball, man. But we'll get into that. But
we got some more coming, man. I'm looking forward to we got a gig October 15th, right?
Next weekend. I'll be up there. Yeah, man. We're gonna bring the heat, bring the funk, whole power.
Yeah. I'm gonna be up there with y'all singing.
That's what's up. Yo, so you moved to the East Coast, you hanging out, whatever, right? How did you actually run into some of the musicians that you're dealing with now, like Shirley Clinton, Tony, and everybody? Because I know we're all friends on Facebook anyway. Right. You and I have been friends like forever on Facebook. Curtis said, "Hey, you better get this guy on soon." And Curtis is my booking agent, just so you know. Okay. He makes sure he'll tell me, "Listen," in that Curtis voice, "Yo, you got to get this guy on. You got to get him on the show." Love you, Curtis.
Thank
That's
you,
my
Curtis.
tribute to you, bro. I love you.
Well,
But
let me go back a little bit.
yeah, go ahead, man.
I first Facebook was the whole thing that got me communicating with everybody, really. But it started off with Gary Granger's from the group Pockets. Remember them?
Yes.
Yeah, I contacted him from California and was asking, what's going on out here because my wife is from out here.
Okay.
So that's not from a music standpoint, she's from Howard University, she's in business and stuff. But I want to talk to some musicians and find out what's going on out here.
Yeah,
because my idea wasn't to relocate out here. I actually came to see some doctors.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I got out here, I fell in love with the tranquility, all the trees and the deers running around and animals. See, in California, if you want to go see that stuff, you got to jump on you got to take a road trip. And so it was just so nice to really to have that stuff right in my community. And it brought me, like I said, some peace and tranquility I haven't felt in decades, man.
Yeah.
And so anyway, he told me it was pretty cool. And then everybody has had open arms. Who I met next? You know Kevin Walker?
Yeah.
Bass player who's plays with 76 Degrees West, and he used to be with Justin Timberlake, and he plays with everybody out here, you know. Those two guys really are the top dogs that's covering most of the whatever comes in here, the gigs, they come through them two first. And then we'll get the crumbs.
Yeah. You know, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you just mentioned that group Pockets. I remember Earth, Wind & Fire produced that first song or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember them because I seen them at Nassau Coliseum. I just wanted to put that out there. I go back with Pockets.
And his brother plays the drums. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the guys are really what surprised me out here was how they welcome the outsider in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I was kind of fearful with that at first because I was thinking, oh boy, they're gonna think this Hollywood guy is out here and he's trying to smash and you know what I mean? And it wasn't like that, man. So
see, and that's a beautiful thing because where I'm at here, they didn't really welcome me in. I had to find people. Nobody welcomed me in. They did it backhandedly, and was like not really with my best interest at heart, but smiling in my face. But I overcame that because now I found my tribe. I got about 12 or 13 really solid family Funketeers out here, and I just stick with them. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm going through some of that partially still too. Not everybody, but just the major cats. There was enough to when I can pick up the phone and ask a few questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They was able to direct me and point me in a nice direction. And then I got my horn player, who's been with me since day one out here, Eugene Chapman. Who's played anybody from Keith Washington to just everybody, and he's a real down to earth brother. He's been over the pad a couple times, and he's on my first two videos. We just did a couple of gigs together. The same day we did the Funketeers Ball, he played with me during the day, and he's just a hard guy. Like I said, I got a pocket of about 15,
and that's good, man. That's all you need, bro. And you got us, you got me,
right?
You got the Funk All Stars, you got Nappy Head. So you in this now, you know what I'm saying? We got you from here. We got your six covered.
That's
right. Guaranteed, we got you. I wanted to ask you, go back a little bit further. What was your like when you started playing instruments and you was choosing? What drew you to the bottom?
I just wanted a guitar. I didn't know the difference between an electric or a bass.
Right.
And when my grandmother, God bless her, she rest in peace. When she took me to the music store to look at some guitars, I didn't know the difference. The guy handed me looks like a Tito Jackson guitar.
Right.
The kind BB King plays.
Yeah, Gibson, Les Paul.
Yeah, exactly. And I put that on and I strummed that. And then he came with another thing and he said, "This is a bass guitar." And that's the first time I ever heard that. I was about, I think, 12 years old. And my mind at that time was 4 strings look easier to learn than 6. Bright little kid, huh?
Yo, it's right.
So that's why I went for the bass. I didn't know the difference at that time until I got older. Just a couple of years. and I started hearing more bass because now I have a bass at home. I got my little shoebox amplifier made from Sears and Roebuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a little 8-inch speaker in it, but maybe 20 watts.
With the earplug cord that was like for a hearing aid.
Yeah.
I remember.
All I had was tone and volume. I blew that out playing Skin Tight.
Wait. Go back. All it had was what? Tone and what?
2 knobs, tone and volume. And a little fake red light.
I love it. That's a great story, bro. Classic. That's going on my YouTube channel specials.
These young kids don't know about that old school stuff. You know what I mean? You break down, you go to Radio Shack, get you another speaker.
Yeah.
And you screw off the little plywood on the back and put you another speaker in there yourself. It wasn't all these high-tech speakers they got now, you know?
Yep.
And I rock that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And I rocked that baby, man. My first song I ever learned on the bass was Skin Tight. And when I played that song for 2 hours until I fried that amp. That same day I learned the song. True story.
Fried it. Boom.
I fried it. I put that little amp in my window, and I was trying to show off in front of my friends on the street, you know. And all I knew was doom, 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 doom. I didn't go to the bridge.
Right.
I stayed right there on that groove for 2 hours, and my amp couldn't take it no more.
Yo, that is such a great story because we all did that. You know, I remember the old-fashioned recorders that you had to press down and had that little mic that, like, we used to use them to sing with. You know what I'm saying? I get it, man. I get it. Homemade PAs, taking speakers out of old cars and building cabinets with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Good old days.
Remember those long wooden stereos our parents had?
Yep.
Those long that played the LPs. You had the slide top on the top.
Yep.
My parents had one, and they seen that I was into music. And around 14, they gave it to me and let me put it in my room. I thought I was balling. Then I said,
"You was king. You was king."
They gave me the home stereo. You know that big long one's about long as a coffin.
Like a piece of furniture.
Yeah, it's about 9 feet long.
Yep.
I slid that bad boy in my bedroom, and I've been putting on records ever since.
Yo, let me ask you, who was some of the cats or musicians or artists that influenced you?
Well, you know, early on, my bass players were like Jermaine Jackson.
Very underrated.
Yes. But I'll go way back, you know, and of course Larry Graham. But Louis Johnson was from Los Angeles, so something about that kind of connected with me even more so when I was out there, you know. And I was with Louis Johnson, Larry Graham, and Bootsy Collins, and then Cordell Mawson. Remember him, the late great Cordell Mawson?
Of course, I got him right there, Boogie.
Yeah, very underrated. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yes.
But you know, listening to that Parliament Live album and hearing him on there, I was just, that gave me my timing, man. I didn't have to use a metronome. That was my metronome. Hearing that bass drum on the Parliament Live record album, boom,
yep.
Boom, boom, boom. I listened to that record so much.
Same.
I have an automatic metronome inside of me now.
Same.
Which is great for a bass player, you know.
Mm-hmm. The good thing about all that stuff that you just mentioned is that it was in real time. We were learning that. That's why we so funky excuse my French audience. That's why we funky as hell now. Because we was learning that shit in real time. Unlike the people of today trying to catch up and learn it on YouTube or watching somebody else do it. We actually saw the people do it. Right. And that's the difference I try to impart into young people, the wisdom. Like, yo, you better pick up on my wisdom because, you know, I'm not playing this from some guy that showed me. I'm playing this from the guy that did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. That's what makes you a funky cat, man. Yeah, Boogie. And of course, I'm down with Donna Sneed, and you know, I got Boogie's hats everywhere around me and everything and shirts. But
and that's why, just to stay on that topic for a minute.
Yeah.
When I played, did you notice when I played Mothership Connection at the festival?
Yes.
Michael Hampton was telling me how how many bass players he's heard play that song, and he was telling me how authentic I was playing it.
Yeah.
And that's because I was doing just like you said. I was taking every little nuances from the real bass, the original recording. You get me? I worked on that song. Most people learn that song in a week or two, and they jump on stage and play it. I've been playing that song for about 4 months before I played it live.
Praise God.
And what happened was when you learn songs, when you learn material earlier. Now this is a little something for some people just coming up might want to catch on this, and some professionals too. I always jump the gun and learn material earlier. You know why? Especially new material. It's because of course you can learn it in a day or two, right? But if you learn it earlier and then you're still practicing it every week until you do your gig, you start hearing little nuances that you missed the first time around.
The notes
go, wait a minute, what is that? And you start getting what they call a better touch. And that's what happened when I did a Mothership Connection. I have a better touch than most bass players because they don't spend the time on that song like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just learn the meat and potatoes, and they run gun with it, you know?
Yeah. P-Funk was all about the nuances, man. Yeah. And those little nuances and things, like you said, you know, with Boogie and Jerome, which I was going to met. Shout out to Dennis because I hung out with him in, you know, DC. But like, yeah, you know, that, like you said, that album was one of the soundtracks of my life, because not only did I learn everything on it, I also learned what everybody else was playing on it. Even though I couldn't play guitar and keyboards, I knew exactly what those parts were. So when I went and put bands together and it was a funk thing, everybody always kind of like, and thank you guys for that, always say, yo, bro, you really listen to this shit. I said, yo, this is what I am. I said, just play this. And then they would play, they'd be like, oh, that's how it fits. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate everybody who ever told me that. That's one of the nicest things somebody ever said. And I'm telling you, I was singing behind what you was playing. And bro, you was playing that shit. Tears was coming out of my eyes.
Thank you.
Kudos to you.
Michael Hampton turned around. I can't wait till that guy puts the video footage up. The guy that, I don't know what's taking so long, but he hasn't put it up yet. You know, the guy that's walking around with the video camera.
Yeah, there's bits and pieces, but you know, it's out there. You'll get it.
But no, he has some better
James Bruckenstein, your fans are tuning in. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Tony told me he just hasn't put it out yet. Some kind
of it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, but he still got some. You seen the guy that was walking around with the main camera?
Yeah.
He put some little stuff up there, but he didn't really put the meat and potatoes up yet. I think he's still negotiating or something with George Darden or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's coming, y'all. It's coming.
That's right. It's gonna work out. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, we should be there in the next 2 to 4 weeks. We ought to be seeing stuff on YouTube. And once I see it on YouTube, you know I'm snatching it and putting it on my YouTube.
We all gonna do that, bro. The Funk Alliance is what we do.
That's right.
I'm gonna put your shit on. I'm gonna put Tony's. I'm gonna put everybody's shit on. You know, playing with you and playing with Mike Hampton, and of course, you know, Kendra and Shirley and Tony and Jackie and Penda. You know, and you know, all those people, man. When you were up there, and we're gonna get into this. We keep a track of the time. We're hanging out today with the amazing Robert Harper, organically kicking it. We appreciate everybody on the chat line. We love you guys. Stay active. We love you. We're trying to keep funk alive. You guys are a big part of that. Mark Lee, love you back there, bro.
Say that again. We're keeping it alive.
We're keeping it alive. Got to. You and I talked about this on the phone when we was prepping the show this week. And on the other side of the half hour, we're going to come to this subject about how we keeping it alive and how they're trying to kill it off. So getting back to one little thing, then we're going to jump back into it. Being up there with you guys, you know, was a manifestation that I had always knew was going to happen. Mm-hmm. When you learned all that early material, you know, did you always see yourself like, I want to be on the huge stage, big stage, just jamming it? Because you're a leader. Leaders always stand out.
Right.
You know, in your neighborhood, did everybody say, oh, no, that's the guy?
Back when I started young, everybody, my neighbors said that they saw something in me, you know?
Yes.
And I was 14, 15, 16, 17, and I was I put together my own bands at that time. You know, there was a lot of musicians around there. Matter of fact, a couple of my best friends, I just turned them into musicians.
Right.
I had one guy tell his mother that for Christmas to get his mother. I said, "Tell your mother to get you a guitar, man." And then my neighbor next door, I told him to tell your father to buy you some drums.
Yeah.
And I put together my first band like that.
I love it. You made them into stuff.
And that's how I learned how to play different instruments, because we would leave all the stuff in my house, right?
Yeah.
And then I was so into, a lot of people don't know, not only Prince played all his music instruments, but Ray Parker Jr. did the same thing too.
Yes, he did.
And I used to follow him a lot too. But behind him and Prince doing that, I was influenced, and I would pick up the guitar my friend left at my house and strum a few chords, you know, and a few bar chords, and then I'd get on my friend's drums and play a couple of beats, and then dabble on the keyboards. And next thing you know, I wasn't no expert, but I knew the fundamentals. You know what I mean? Yeah, the good old days.
When you were growing up in that hood, right, and you're listening to all this great music. And again, we're hanging out with the amazing Robert Harper, man. You're so dope, and I appreciate you, man. I'm humbled and honored. We are.
Thank you.
Likewise. On the show. But yo, you're thinking in advance. You're thinking ahead, right?
Right.
There's a moment when the P hits you. Mm-hmm. Tell me that moment when you said, "Oh, now I'm in it," because the P done hit me.
Well, mine came from Bootsy Collins' Stretching Out album. I had a friend that introduced me to him. You know what I mean? He said, "Rob, you know, he's one of my best friends too."
Yeah.
But he heard about all that in George Clinton before I did. He said, "You got to check this dude out, Bootsy, Rob." And I came over his house, and he had the album, and I was just stuck on this dude on this motorcycle with his perm,
right?
You know what I mean? And his star-shaped bass, and I was like, "What the hell? I got to go get this." So I borrowed his album for a while, and I played that, and it just put me in I call a funkosis. I just would play it, and it was like I was there in the album. I was there with them. You know, he made a lot of us at that time feel like a part of. You get me? It was real. Black Pride was jumping off back then.
It was special.
Yeah, and he really influenced a lot of. Not just African Americans, but a lot of African Americans.
Everybody, man.
Everybody, yeah.
Bootsy, and thank you for sharing that. Bootsy changed the whole game.
You know why I liked it? You know what was different about him? He talked to us.
Yes, he did.
He didn't just entertain us. He talked to us.
Told us stories.
Yeah, and that's what made it personal. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's right. That song. And man, you're right, because that's one of the ones that like patched into my DNA for sure. Yeah. When I heard that, and see,
he was really like a narrator.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Yes, he was. And Bootsy last year on one of the things, we was at his birthday party, and he told a story, and he said, "Stretching Out wasn't the first song."
Oh no!
He said that was the last minute thing, and I was playing it, and my father heard. Hallelujah. And he was a minister. He came in the room and he said, "What's that?" And I said, "This dude is the dude that used to play with James Brown. Nah, he done took off, you know." And my father said, "Really?" Because my father always let me listen to what I want. So when he heard that, hallelujah, and then I knew then, I was like, okay, my dad is down with this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Bootsy.
Yeah, he's the one that tied the knot with the funk with me, because before him I was listening to funk, but I didn't know what it was. Like I go back to elementary school. Remember Joe Tex?
Oh yeah,
a lot of his stuff was funk. You know what I mean?
And the Sex Lex. I remember
Yeah. Mr. Big Stuff.
Oh God.
Who do you think you are? Who sung that? Some girls.
Yep, the three. I forgot. But you know what's funny? That gospel group, the girls came back and sampled that, and nobody knew that they had took that Mr. Big Stuff hook.
Yeah, you made that bass?
Yep, Mary took it. Yep. Oh yeah.
That's funk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then there's a worm in the ground. Yes, it is.
Ohio plays
6 feet down. I didn't know about no funk back then when I was listening to that. but that stuff used to move me. You know what I mean? And we would have little dances in school and stuff. And when they put on certain songs like that, I knew I grew to the bass heavy grooves more than I did the other ones. You know?
Yeah. You know, it's so great. We're hanging out with Rob Harper, amazing. You know, my producer, Mr. Markley, back there doing a great job. And all you guys out there tuning in, watching this, man, we appreciate you. We love you. Stay hooked in, stay locked in, man, because we're going to show some of his new stuff and listen to some of his music on the other side. But when you mention all of that stuff growing up, they were soundtracks, because one thing you said about 5 minutes ago, Black pride and the movement and the power of the people, of all people, Black, gay, you know, that was all coming out. And, you know, young hippies coming back from the war was all coming out, and everybody band together post Woodstock. Let's do that. You know, we grew up in all of that. And the music was reflection of that. That's so for every artist that's up in heaven now, I just want to take a second to say thank you. We standing on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people that all the time. Wasn't for the Bootsy Collins and James Browns and, you know, Patti LaBelle's and all those girls back there of the world, you know, the Motown thing, where would we be?
That music helped us get through a struggle.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about.
See, back in them days, you didn't have to have no psychiatrist. You go to your room, man, and boo-hoo a couple of tears and put on some records. And after a couple of hours, you all right.
Yo, you're so right. Because this morning I was just doing that. I said, let me go to some old school. And I put on, oh, I seen her face everywhere I go. I was like, oh, man. Have you seen her? You know what I'm saying?
Reunited.
Yes.
Yeah, I went through that with a little breakup. You know what I mean?
Oh, the 3 Degrees. That's who made that song. They said, Mr. Big Stuff. The 3 Degrees. Thank you. Oh, G Knight. G Knight sang Mr. Big Stuff. All right, thank you. Oh, Dr. B is on, and thank you, Dr. Brookenstein. But yeah, man.
Always love my mama.
Oh, God,
She's my favorite girl.
That was deep for me. Yeah. That one right there.
Really positive, influencing, comforting music, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And you know something? And we get ready to hear Keith Jackson's voice in a second. So Mark, get that ready. And Chrissy Key, please. But you know something? If people remember, early Earth, Wind, and Fire with Verdine was bass heavy and funky as whatever. When they got to that middle stage, they switched it up. And then he would only really come out live with the heavy stuff on the bass. But, you know, he's playing more of the classical, you know, stuff. But early on, if you listen to Power, you listen to that album.
More African based. You know what I mean?
That's right. He was heavy on that. Fender was kicking it.
Yeah, they took a lot of those beats from Africa, you know?
Yes, they did. And people forget that, you know, like don't sleep on Maurice, because he was doing some serious shit back there, you know. But anyway, man, we're hanging out with Robert Harper, Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. We're getting ready to hear my favorite person's voice with the Keith Jackson. Shout out to him, and in honor of the Honey Bee, we're gonna keep it moving. We got you, B. Love you. R.I.P. You know, and also Chrissy Key Rollins. So, Mark, when you're ready, and we're gonna come back on the other side with some of Rob's music. Great show today. We love you guys. Stay active. We'll see you in a second.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Keith Jackson with P-Funk Radio, inviting you to check out my brother Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat. Saturdays, 12 noon on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the West Coast. It all happens on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube. Great guest, great conversation each and every Saturday. That's Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Robinson on 9 on the Grind TV and YouTube. Check him out.
Hey, it's Chrissy Key Rollins here with Holistic Restoration, inviting you to check out Zach Robinson with Funk in the Front Seat. He drops new episodes every Saturday at noon on the East Coast time, and replays are posted for whenever you miss a live stream. You can find him on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube, and get ready for the funk, because he brings it every week, along with hot topics, amazing guests, and great conversations. Again, that's Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat on 9 on the Grind TV and YouTube. Go check him out.
Oh man, thank you, Chrissy. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Keith, really fast. And also P-Funk Radio, JTRP, Gabe Gonzalez, we love you, bro. Larry Funkster Jones, Robin Circle of P. Philly Phil down in Texas, we love you. Of course, Bootsy and Patty, y'all are the bomb.com. HJ Entertainment, my man up in Philly, K&N Jams, Tony Cam and the Funk All-Stars, and also Earthbound Creatures, Nappy Head Funk Army, and 2.0. Oak City Music Collective, my booking agent down here. Afterglow, 92416, Otis Sedano. We love you. Q&A Entertainment. My Funk Angel, Brooke Clagett. I love you, love you, love you so much. Pat and Curtis enjoyed the Funk Vinci. Bang, always on my wall, keeping it real with the artwork. Dr. Brookenstein, who takes care of my website. DJ Cocolino, by way of Ireland and Italy. Thank you for always playing my stuff, bro. I love you. I love you, Elizabetta, over in Ireland. And David Webb of the Funk Chronicles. If y'all don't know about David Webb up in Ohio on the Funk Chronicles, you need to Google it. You guys need to go there. You need to send him a donation and please support it, because this brother is keeping the funk alive as well, as some of us that are trying to do it. And he does a lot of it mostly on his own. So we need to support David Webb. I love him. He sends me T-shirts and hats and stuff. The Funk Chronicles. And go on YouTube, man, and check him out, because he's interviewed everybody, including myself. So he's dope. Back with Robert Harper, man. So you got a new video coming out in November. What's the title of that?
That's my one that's smashing right now on WQTQ with Marvin Meek Radio.
Okay.
Bounce With Me.
Bounce With Me.
Yeah, and that's a fact. You're going to be singing some Bounce With Me on the 15th.
Hey, I'm down with that. You told me that this week. I'm like, hey, I'm going to learn it. I'm going to be on it. By the time you see me, I have it locked in. You know me.
You got about 9 days.
Hey, I'm good. And I'm number 9. Come on. It's a natural, bro.
Okay, and the bomb, too.
Yo, so I can't wait to do that. Yo, Mark, we got that queued up, man. We definitely I want to hear this now. I'm like, okay, let's do it now. We were gonna wait for a minute, but I want to hear this because I'm in the funk mood, man.
Can I say something before you start?
Huh?
Can I say something before you
start?
Oh
yeah, actually set it up for us. Absolutely.
Okay. What I want to let the people, the viewers remind them that we're independent artists trying to push this funk. These videos, these records, this stuff costs money. And a lot of us are like kind of, we got this thing where we don't want to sound like we begging and stuff, but it's not begging. We're just asking. We need you guys support more than ever, man. If you don't want to buy a CD for $10, get a download for $1. It's like donation. Even if you don't use downloads, just donate $1. We need that money to keep making these videos and keep making these records, you guys, because it only gets better and better. But we need your support, really.
And thank you for saying that, because a lot of times musicians, even myself included, we feel some kind of way about even mentioning that because we just think that it should be like a natural thing. But right now, in these days and times, people got to be very cautious about their spendings, and we understand that. But just think of it this way: if you're watching, think of like the first 50 years, like Bootsy James and Chaka and all of them, Earth Wind sustained the business. Now, for the next 50 years, it's going to be us.
Right.
Because we're standing on their shoulders. And then after that, someone will stand on our shoulders. But in order for us to survive as musicians, as artists, as writers, producers, engineers, roadie people, sound techs, girls that run wires, we need extra help.
That's right.
We need extra help. Most people don't realize most musicians be working for minimum wage.
Right. And that money that's coming in for records is not helping me take care of my car or none of that stuff.
Exactly.
It's going back into the music.
Yeah, because you know what it is? They see us on the big stage. They're like, wow, they got this. And then in reality, when you check that, of course, you check your ego, but then we still need help. We're blessed to do this. Right. And we want to do as much as we can for you. But every now and then, a little help along the way would just be like much appreciated, because it will give us more energy and much of a boost, and go ahead and download Robert Harper's thing. Mark, you ready? Let's run that, man. I need everybody out there to download this today. Let's run that.
On band.
Bounce with me. Baby, won't you bounce with me? Bounce with me. Baby, won't you bounce with me? Let me announce this funky dance so you all can get up and bounce with this. Now turn it up for my people. We don't want no one to miss.
Bruh.
Is it stinking in here?
Yo. Bruh. Yo. Okay. Who played on it?
I think the number one guy on there who I wanted to get on there is Parliament Funkadelic's Greg Boyer.
Y'all hear that? Greg Boyer, all right?
The trombone man, he also plays with Prince and
he's on the Rushmore, Mount Rushmore trombones.
Yeah. Who else? Maceo Parker.
Everybody.
Yeah. So I was honored, and it was an honor and privilege to have him to get on that tune.
One of his B-Funk horns, by the way.
Yeah, he was on a couple of my videos, and I said, I got to get you in that studio, man. And he came down with no problem and knocked that out early in the morning. He's an early morning dude, though. Ooh, Lord.
Now, see, now I got to get him on some of my shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to now. I got to lock him in.
When it comes to that funk, man, you don't have to tell him what to do. He just come in there and do what he do.
I tell people, listen, I'll get out the way and sit down over there and go smoke a joint. You just jam, bro, and then I'll come back and then finish cooking it.
You know you see how long that solo was? That was all improvised.
Yes. Yeah.
He did that right on the spot.
See, and that's the genius of people like a Mr. Greg Boyer.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're under his wing, learning this shit directly from him.
Yeah.
So that's why I smile when people tell me my age. I was like, you don't have no idea what I got up here. Y'all don't even know.
That's right.
So who else played on it?
And that fantastic guitar work is from my new guitar player that's been with me now. He's locked in with me almost a year now. Ty Lavelle.
All right, Mr. Lavelle.
He's from he's from the Maryland area.
Uh-huh.
And I saw him playing with my saxophone player, Eugene Chapman. Went out to go, that's why it's good to go out and support other people's gigs sometime,
Got to.
I don't get out much. And my boy was like, come on, Rob, I need you to come down here. And I said, let me come on down here, man. I don't get out the house enough. And I'm glad I did, because I discovered my guitar player in his band.
That's how you find people. Who else is on it? Who played drums?
My producer, Mark Showtime Brown.
Okay.
He's the drummer for a rap hip hop group I used to be in called Area 301.
Yes.
Yeah. So he does all the drumming and stuff on there.
And keyboards? Who did the boards?
Keyboards. Oh, Mark did the keyboards too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he did some of the most of the production. And then you kind of cooked the meal once you got all your ingredients.
Yeah, I put it all together. Like everything comes from. I'm really the executive producer, even though I don't put that on the CDs enough. You know what I mean? I put written and composed by Robert Harper. I let him get all the production credits because without him, man, this wouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
My sound is real clean. He was raised around the same era as us, so when I start composing stuff, he's always throwing little subtleties in there, like, man, the bass drum should be doing this, and I'm not a drummer. I could play some drums, but I'm not a seasoned pro drummer. You get what I mean?
Right.
And so it's always good to hear from the drummer's perspective. So that's how we start all my albums. All my albums are bass and drums first.
Right.
Once I lock that down, then I just layer stuff. Usually the guitar comes after that, some rhythm guitar, or what I call some that chicken picking.
Yes.
I like that stuff.
Right.
I grew up off that chicken picking stuff. So I put my chicken picking and my chords in there. And if you get a chance to play that other song later on,
we're gonna play it right now.
Okay, I play the guitar on there. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
The rhythm guitar.
What's the name of this next track we're gonna run?
The Bomb.
The Bomb.
Which we have
Mark, you got the bomb ready back there, hanging out with Robert Harper.
We have a
video. Let's run it. Drop the bomb on them. Y'all better go out and buy this.
All right, soldiers, we are on a mission. Everyone stay in format. I don't want anyone wandering away. Intelligence has informed us that there is a bomb in the vicinity. I want soldiers Ricky Benson, Marvin Meek, and Craig Black to secure our borders and don't let this troop slack.
Hey, Sarge, what is this?
Okay, it's the bomb coming right at ya. A funky groove that will catch ya. We're gonna get you out of your seat, make you wanna dance to this funky beat. Now this music ain't for the scrubbers, for my homies hanging at the club, popping, and dropping it down every time we come around in your town. A sneaky, tasty type of sound from the underground. It can be found. So everybody gather round and listen up, because it's the bomb. Everybody sing it, dance. Come on, clap your hands. It's the bomb. Everybody sing it, dance. Come on, clap your hands. It's the bomb. Just scream and shout. One nation under group is what I'm talking about. Can you lift your hands if you're real fans? Move your feet, don't be the street. You gotta feel that bass. Without it, there's no taste. Wherever the music is played, it has to shake like an earthquake. So everybody gather around and listen up, because it's the bomb. Everybody sing it, dance. Come on, clap your hands. It's the bomb. Everybody sing it, dance. Come on, clap your hands. It's the bomb. Showtime brand, keeping the beat with his feet. Everybody sing and dance. Come on, clap your hands. It's the bomb. Everybody sing and dance. Come on. Clap your hands, it's the bomb.
The bomb. Yo, you strumming it out of that joint. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, y'all out there, Robert Harper, go support this brother. Like, it's fire, man. You know, this is what it is. We support each other. This brother is my brother from another mothership. Congrats, bro. Kudos to that hard work you put in. Yo, man, tell me a little bit more about your collaboration with some of these songs we're going to do together with Tony Cameron and Funk All-Stars. How did you guys meet up?
Internet, you know. I followed him. He followed me. And then we just started talking from there. We struck up a relationship, and then I realized he was in Virginia right next door.
Right.
And, we said we got to get together. We both have the same like minds. You know what I mean? And we both started talking about how to make this funk, how to make this this stuff stronger. Strength in numbers. You know what I mean? Like I just finally met after all these years. I finally got a relationship with Robert Woods, the drummer from the Clones of Funk. Matter of fact, after this interview, I'm going to see him playing with another group called Black Rain.
Tell him I said hello.
Thank you. Okay, I sure will. Which is 5 minutes from here, and I'm going to meet some players down there, and we're talking networking and all that stuff.
Hey man, that's what it is.
And me and Tony, we both. He's like me. I got a production company called J Productions, which I solely run by myself now. My wife helps out whenever she can, but it's a lot of work, man. You know what I mean?
Tell me about it.
And he does the same thing, and you do the same stuff. You got a lot of stuff. Hat you're wearing, and we trying to tie this stuff together and go out. Really, it's like P Funk and them did.
Yeah,
they did Bootsy, Parliament, the Brides, all them, and they all went out there in under one tent. And that's what we're working on right now.
Amen.
We get you out there, me, you, Shirley Clinton, some people from the Clones of Funk and the Earthbound Creatures,
Motherfunkaholics.
Yeah, all that. And I've been talking to that guitar player out there from
Jesse.
He's over
I just talked to him last week. We working on some stuff too for 420.
Yeah, he's over in Baltimore.
Yeah,
he's been trying to hook up with me for the longest too. So now
he's a good dude, man. They're good people. Him and Eben, they're good people. I just talked to them, man. Yeah.
And so it's all we see it all coming together. So we don't want to just start talk. We don't want to just keep talking about it. So this thing, October the 15th, is just a little something of our imagination inching towards that direction.
Yeah.
We just want to, start seeing what's going on there, and then we might. I think we're going to try to do something for New Year's.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I did the one last year with them, and COVID kind of slowed it. But man, shout out to Brett Murray, the Music Cares, October 15th up in Lynchburg, Virginia. I love that brother. He's down with Yeah, man. Concert for Causes. That's right. I'm honored to do that, bro. Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a thrill for me to help out other people when it comes to the music, something I actually do, pretty good. So, man, this is so cool, man.
See, that's old school people. A lot of these new school people, if they don't see the green, they don't lean. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And see, what you got to understand is while we trying to map this out, and like I said, I don't talk too much online, but you got some first come news right now. I haven't did an interview in about 8 months.
That's okay. I'm honored, bro.
I got a couple promoters that just saw me on YouTube. One is in what do they call that place? I wish my wife was close around. She could tell me. Let me see. Okay, you got Germany, you got Italy, and hey, honey. She can't hear me. It starts with a Belgium. I got it. Belgium.
Wow.
And they asking me already how much money I want and the seats. I got it already. Belgium.
Yo, dude, I got a passport. I'm ready. I keep a go bag by the door.
Good. I'm on there.
I'm ready.
Good. Glad to know that. Yeah.
I'm ready.
We got to check on all the Tony Cam's camp about that too. Because we talk about big stuff like that.
Yeah, it's our time.
But see, to get to that stuff, sometimes we got to do these little freebie concerts and stuff. You know why? We got to put more video out of our presentation. What we trying to sell, and that's what got me over there. Just a couple of videos I just did.
Yeah.
They saw them videos and they wanted me to bring that band out there, and I'm like, really? Oh, that's interesting. And I got people from Belgium. It's real big in funk, if you didn't know that. So
I didn't.
Make you some friends in Belgium. Yeah.
I didn't know that, man.
A lot of funk bands tour out there. They need to let us know this.
Yeah.
But, I'm letting you know right now.
Hey.
They buy your music top dollar. They don't want nothing for free.
Have funk bag, will travel, bro. I'm ready. But going back to something you said that's important. A lot of the younger people now coming up, they're doing the right thing, but we just have to recognize them more. And they are actually honoring, the people that Bootsy worked with and all of them, Silk Sonic and all those guys. And, they're doing their thing. And I ain't mad at that.
Right.
But what I think the average person that's in that category, age group wise, demographic, they have to understand funk is a spiritual thing. So This is our church. And like you said, sometimes when you was doing stuff at the church, you didn't get paid.
Right.
Because it was spiritual. Right. We feel that same way about the funk. I tell people all the time, I would play funk for free.
Right.
And not ask a penny, because I just love to do it. But it is the business side that we have to get paid, because we deserve to get paid, because a lot of work goes into what you did just to do those 2 songs.
Oh, man.
A lot of work. A lot of work.
A lot of work. A lot of
videos,
hours.
A lot of work, man.
Those songs weren't recorded in a day.
Yeah, no. A lot of work. People don't understand that. Sometimes I could work on a song for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Just one song. Yep. So let me tell you, hanging out with Robert Harper, you are absolutely amazing. We're at the 1:00 hour. We're going to recognize, one of the greats on our history spot today, because we always do a spot. This week, unfortunately, the past couple of weeks has just been people that transitioned on, but we lost Loretta Lynn. And those of you that don't know a little bit about her, we're going to just do 5 minutes, when we do that spot. So I just want y'all to stay tuned for that. We're hanging out with Robert Harper. His new song is called The Bomb. You know what I mean? Bounce with me. And, I was saving that for last. But bounce with me, because we're going to be doing that live in Lynchburg. So y'all need to come out and check out that concert. You're more than welcome, whoever wants to do it. Mr. Mark Lee is scratching at the glass. So Mr. Mark Lee, producer extraordinaire, was bouncing to bounce to this. He don't really dance his head. He don't do his head dance if he don't like the music.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yo, so I'm telling you, I know him well. He's going to come on with some fire in a second. Mark, you back there?
Let me give you the date, too.
Yes. Go ahead.
The date for the video debuting is Thanksgiving morning.
Yo, dope.
9 a.m. Eastern Central Time.
Y'all heard that. Thanksgiving morning. I'm going to put it in the chat.
Yeah. Great time. And you are right. I was sitting here bopping to both of those songs, because Robert, you definitely did an amazing job. I actually have a couple of friends that are bass players that I have known for a while. So anytime that I hear some good, strong bass, it brings me back to some friends that I've got that are in the industry and that you may even know and all of that, because definitely Chip Sharon I've known for a number of years. And of course, he's a bass player and all in that space. And then also I am friends and actually grew up around the area with both Jerry and Catrice Barnes. And unfortunately, we lost Catrice to breast cancer, but Jerry, the brother, is still performing with a lot of the jazz cats and R&B cats out there and all of that. So I know that he is a bass performer also that has got those North Carolina roots. So definitely some North Carolina bassists that are part of my friend circle and all in that kind of space. So when I was hearing that thumping, I was going like, yeah, this man knows what he's doing, and he is definitely got some good grooves and all in that space, and definitely having a great deal of respect for it. As I told you when we did our pre-interview, I am a big fan of the blues, and as far as I'm concerned, the blues and funk are basically kissing cousins and all along those lines. So they have a lot of similarities and a lot of even ways that they talk about issues and talk about things in those lyrics. So I was even recognizing some of those kind of early roots music, as some people like to call it, but to me, funk is just a later rendition of the root sound and all in that space. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about maybe even how some of that early music, whether it be jazz or blues, influenced some of your playing.
Oh yeah, as we were, I can remember everything musically. That's a good thing. I'm trying to get a book out here. It's just so many legalities, because I'm mentioning so many entertainers in the book.
Right.
But look for that. Maybe, hopefully, 2023. I got to get it out. I've been talking about it for like 4 years now. But anyway, to answer that question, when I was younger, I would say 3 to 4 years old, that stereo that I was telling you about, Zach, that my parents gave me later as a teenager, well, that stereo wasn't mine then. But my stepfather always had music playing on that stereo. Mm-hmm. And I heard a lot of Dionne Warwick, Burt Bacharach, stuff like that. And what happened was when we were the kids back in them days, you either played outside or you came in and took a nap.
Right.
It wasn't no in between. You know what I mean? You gonna go outside or you come here, you go get out of my face. You know,
and just come in for Kool-Aid and get back out.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of that because sometimes we come in, we come back for too much, we get snatched in. So, but anyway, when I got snatched in and I had to take those naps, I was the older of the three kids, and my little brother and sister would just fall out and go to sleep, and I couldn't just sit up and go to sleep in a room with nothing going on, you know. So I would crack my door and listen to that music, and that music would just give me something to just relax me while I'm laying there in bed, locked down in my room. You know what I mean? And I just absorbed all that. And of course, you know, I was always headed for entertainment. I was into ventriloquist dummies. I had what's that dude? Yeah, I actually had two. I had Howdy Doody. I had the Black Dog, Lester. Remember him?
Yeah.
I had both those dolls, and I had the books on how to do that stuff.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, I got into TV magic cards. I was into drawing and art. I used to draw cartoons real good. I was always into that kind of weird, funny stuff. You know what I mean?
I was into magic too. Prestidigitation. I was always trying to, like, you know, hide cards and stuff. But let me ask you something, Mark. Great question. Before you do Loretta Lynn, I wanted to ask you, growing up and laying back in bed, right, and checking out that stuff, do you guys, Mark, you remember, and I know Robert, the thrill of bringing home, going to get your allowance, waiting all week, you heard the song, but you had to get the album. You go to the record store, hoping that they had it. The thrill of getting it, whatever it may be, and rushing home on your bike or walking a car, whatever, and opening up that wrapper of any favorite album. That the kids today don't have that.
It's so sad.
It is sad.
That was a piece of art in itself. The album.
Amen. Amen.
You know, and I used to put all my album covers on the wall, and it gave me it was like my shrine.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It was my hope. You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It helped carry my dreams. You know what I mean?
And see, the kids today, it's visual, it's fast, and then that's the world we live in. But there was something about putting on the album, smoking a joint, or if you wasn't doing that, drinking a beer, or not doing anything, having your friends come over and having an album party. Right? Everybody had the new album in my neighborhood. You buy the new album, you go over, you sit back, you read the content, who played on what. Again, today, the kids miss that because that was like school.
You know what? This can relate to what you're saying. On my 14th birthday, these kids want so much stuff nowadays. They want $500 this and $600 this. Guess what I told my parents I wanted when they asked me what did I want for my birthday? A Bootsy Collins album. That's all I wanted. All the name is Bootsy. That's what I got for my birthday, and I was happy with it.
It's interesting you say that because one of the greatest gifts I ever had was having nothing to do with the kind of expensive gifts that folks like now and everything. And I'm going to mention something that I'm sure that even Zach could be able to relate to, and I'm sure you'll be able to relate to it, Robert, and everything. But I remember getting a, basically it was like a lunchbox record player. So it was one of those record players that you could have that looked like a lunchbox, but you open it up and you had the whole turntable within it and everything. And I just remember traveling around that and, you know, maybe spinning a little record here and there, but definitely that was just something that was a simple gift and all of that. I'm doubting it was all that expensive, but I just remember having one that literally, if folks saw me walking with it, they would have sworn that it was a lunchbox, but it was actually a record player in that small device and all of that.
Yeah, back in our days, it was a simple thing. Everybody wants, like back in our days, remember the thing was, what do you want to be when you get big? You want the house with the picket fence. You want a station wagon, a wife, and a dog. Remember? Mm-hmm. Now it's what do you want? I want a mansion, a Lamborghini, $1 million worth of jewelry. It just flipped all the way over.
That's right. And all those material things don't mean squat. See, the history that you guys understand, I understand, you know, we're standing on the shoulders of Bootsy and George and Bernie and, Belita Woods and Deborah and, Dawn. Love you, Dawn. I've been trying to get Dawn on the show for 2 years. So, Dawn, if you watch it on the West Coast, please, you one of the queens. I got to get you on here. So I love you, Dawn. But, just having.
You talking about Don Silva?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a little something going on. I'm
gonna because she's down with me. We stay in touch on Facebook. She supports everything I do. She loves one of our songs. She said, "Wow, that Funk Army Mash is funky." But I want to get her on for 15, 20 minutes and nothing about the other stuff. I just want to talk to her as a person. So it's not about. I don't go that way. You know me on this show. Me and Mark, we keep it positive. We don't get into that other stuff. That's not for us. That's none of our business. But I do want to get her on because see. People forget the women in the funk industry have their own pedestal in Mount Rushmore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The Betty Davis, the Brides, Paulette.
And what about that?
Baby Jean, Mother's Finest.
What about that trumpet player from Sly and the Family Stone?
Oh, yes, Cynthia. Yeah, man.
Man.
Yep, Cynthia. And see, people forget those women were pioneers as well. That's Speaking of pioneers, Mark, we lost somebody very special this week that I'm sure everybody can relate to. So we're going to put up a picture. We do a 5-minute spot because the government is trying to take education out of schools. We, on the other hand, do a 5-minute spot every week to make sure you don't miss our heroes because the government don't want you to know about them. That's why they're trying to take history out of schools. So if you're in your school district and you got to vote, make sure that all the shit stays in the books. That's why we do it. Loretta Lynn was amazing.
She was truly amazing, and she had an amazing history, definitely being from that whole rural environment and all along those lines. So like you said, she was truly amazing, and there's a picture of her holding her guitar, but definitely was an amazing historical figure and was actually involved in something that I know a lot of artists, and I know that you talk about it. You just mentioned it with the spiritual purpose and all of that, but she was one that used her art as an advocacy tool and all in that space. So she was a singer-songwriter whose career spanned 6 decades in country music, and she released multiple gold albums, and she had hits such as You Ain't Woman Enough, You Take My Man, and also Don't Come Home Drinking with Loving on Your Mind, One's on the Way, as well as, of course, that hit that many people know because it was also a movie, none other than Coal Miner's Daughter. And
amen.
She received many awards and accolades for her groundbreaking role in country music, including awards from both the Country Music Association and the Academy of Country Music as a duet partner and an individual artist. And you'll find this really amazing. She was nominated 18 times for a Grammy Award. She won 3 of those as of 2022, she was the most awarded female country recording artist and the only female ACM artist of the decade back in the 70s. And she scored 24 number 1 hit singles and 11 number 1 albums. And she ended 57 years of touring on the road after she suffered a stroke in 2017. And then she broke her hip back in 2018. And like I was saying earlier, and I definitely want to get to part of that as well. And then I'd love to hear what Robert's thoughts and y'all's were about this amazing artist. But at the height of her popularity, some of her songs were banned from radio airplay, included Rated X, which was about the double standard that divorced women face, Wings Upon Your Horns, about the loss of teenage virginity, and The Pill, with lyrics by T.D. Bayless about a wife and a mother becoming liberated by the birth control pill. And her song Dear Uncle Sam, released in 1966 during the Vietnam War, describes a wife's anguish at the loss of a husband to a war, and was included in her live performance.
Check this out. Yeah, check this out. She also won the Presidential Medal of Honor.
Yes, she did.
But I'm gonna let Robert go ahead, man. Robert, jump in there, man, and tell us your thoughts.
My thoughts are just Loretta Lynn, of course, an icon. What brings my memory with her and a lot of great other artists from different genres is back in the days. I really missed that how they segregate stuff so much today. Like back in Los Angeles, we would have a black radio station, but they played her music. They played David Bowie. They played Chicago. They played the Eagles. You know what I mean? You didn't have to. It wasn't so. It was a melting pot. I got to listen. I got to hear a lot of everything. That's how I knew who Journey was and all these groups. Like predominantly they would play mostly African American music, but they played their music on the same station also. You get me?
No, I definitely get you. And
you know what it is?
Hey,
back then we didn't have to hunt for it.
No.
It was all there. Like you would hear Earth, Wind & Fire, Ramsey Lewis, then you would hear Diana Ross, Supremes, maybe Smokey, and then you would hear David Bowie, Chicago, Santana, Hendrix. They just played music.
And then another thing I liked about it was the talk show hosts weren't so one-lined either. I saw Loretta Lynn on the Johnny Carson show a lot of times. You know what I mean? I would have probably never knew nothing about her. You know what I mean? But it was more broader back then. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, but not only was broader, but I was going to bring up something that she said that I know that even in conversations with Zach, we've talked about as well. Because one time she was talking about her political things and her political viewpoints. And while she was outspoken about her views on those controversial social and political subjects, she even had some songs that were used by PETA and some of the animal rights activists. One of the quotes she said, and I think that y'all will both enjoy this quote, is, "I don't like to talk about things where you're going to get one side or the other unhappy. My music has no politics." That's what she said. Yeah,
I love that.
Loretta Lynn, you're our hero of the week. We thank you. We honor you. We praise you. We stand on your shoulders. You're a beautiful angel in the light right now. And I'm sure you're singing "I Was Raised a Coal Miner's Daughter" up there to everybody that wanted to hear it. Kudos to you. Much love. Take it home for us. We'll see you soon. Loretta Lynn, y'all, go back and listen to at least one of her songs today, man. She did her thing, and we honor you here on Funk from the Front Seat. Mr. Mark Lee, excellent job as always.
No, I appreciate it. Definitely. I did have a quick question for Mr. Harper, because one of the things that I have always been a fan of is jazz music. My folks had a jazz radio station, and there is a group of folks that actually have that same last name and everything. And I was just wondering, out of curiosity, if you were at all related to the Harper brothers, because when I think of jazz folks and I think of folks in that space, that is one name that comes to mind, and I didn't know whether there was any family connection that you are aware of.
Well, that's the thing. I get asked that question a lot. There's a lot of Harpers out there. The thing was, I wasn't really close to my father on the Harper side, and he passed away. God bless his soul. Back in I was at the California NAMM show when he passed away. When is that? 2017, I think it was. I didn't get to really know his side of the family, so I really don't know. People are reaching out to me all the time, and we're checking, and I guess we got to do a lot more of this DNA thing they got out here. Right. And tie in some of these people. And so I can't say no, and I can't say yes, really.
Yeah. But just curious.
I think we all related from the light. So if we look back, Mark, you absolutely right. Everybody on this planet, the human race, is related. We just act so ignorant about stupid stuff.
Amen.
It's the human race. You all remember that. It's not this race, that race. Yeah, it's broken down in the subtitles. But when you look at Earth, I always tell everybody, read Carl Sagan's The Pale Blue Dot. He explains it perfectly. You look at Earth from space.
And you talking a whole other subject we can get on board.
Oh, we're going to have another show. This is the first of many with you. This is just the ice.
Because I always say we got this big old beautiful planet, and we don't even know what to do with it.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope. So listen, before we go, you going to play a little bit live for us?
Well, that would be amazing.
If I can,
give me like 2-3 minutes or something.
Okay.
The audience would want to hear that. Mark, stay on with us, man. While he's doing that, Mark, I wanted to ask you to remind everyone how important it is to get out in these elections.
Oh, these elections are vital. Like I said, there are so many issues that are out there that are of importance to a lot of us. We know the decisions that were just made with Roe versus Wade. We know that there are things going on like with rules that could impact our voting, I mean the African American vote, and all of that. We also know that our Latin American brothers and sisters are dealing with things around the Dreamers and a number of other issues. So there are a number of issues, and that's just on the national level. And even on the local side, we need to pay attention to what is going on with our local politicians, because oftentimes, as we have said, it is those local politicians that make decisions that impact us even more than the national and the state folks. So definitely get out there and make those votes, because it is vital. There have been some turnbacks in things that are going on. We are definitely, as you have said, and I know that Robert is part of that as well, part of the folks that are trying to bring the country and the world into a more enlightened state. But there are a lot of other folks out there that are fighting and being resistant with that and all of that. And they are doing everything in their possibilities and in their will to try to change the positivity that we are bringing to the world and to the light. So in that sense,
you know, when actually is election day? Tell people that.
But the election day is on. Well, right now I got to find out the early voting, but I think the early voting has already started, or if it's not, it will be starting. But it will be the first Tuesday in November, and all.
Is every state different with the early voting date?
The early voting dates do change from state to state, so they're not all the same in that sense. So yeah, there are early voting things that are taking place in places like Florida and places like definitely Texas and definitely California and a number of other places. So those early voting locations are different based on where you're at and all in that space. But the general elections are the same. And there's even been some talk, and there's been some interesting conversations as to whether more and more mail balloting might take place, because that is part of the conversations that folks have been having as to whether that is something that we need to look at. Election day for this particular year in 2022 is November the 8th. So that is the actual date.
So basically, we got 2 years left to get this right. Okay, Robert is ready. Come on in, Robert, and play a little something for the people, man.
Okay. I got you got me moving all stuff around here.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. This is organic.
How's that?
That's perfect.
Sounds good.
Is that too loud?
Nope, that's perfect.
This is something I'm gonna do a little lick that Louis. A lot of people don't know that my first break was with Louis Johnson. God bless him, rest in peace, for the Brothers Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in California, and even though we only got to play for a year back in 1998, you know, it was two Brothers Johnson bands at that time. Him and his brother were seeing eye to eye, and Louis wasn't just he just wasn't a bass player, as they call him, Thunder Thumbs, but he also played a lot of guitar on that album. So I'm gonna play a little lick he showed me back in the days. Let me see if I can remember it. Ready?
Yep.
Ready.
I forgot the rest.
Yo, that's dope though, man. You know, the sound that you have and that style that you're doing, man, Louis definitely was innovative with that, because I noticed he had such big hands. His thumb would always keep the E string open, you know, which was dope. Getting good to you now. I can see. Yo, when we was talking there, I saw once you got locked in, it's getting good to you. You and I and the rest of the Funk Alliance, we're going to work on this song, because every week when I have an artist on, they always say something. And I'm like, okay, that's a song. You said Funkcosis. We're going to work on a song called Funkcosis, you and I. That's something you said earlier. Thank you for that, Mr. Robert Harper, hanging out all day. Mr. Mark Lee, amazing producer. Everybody out there in the chat line, we're going to give Robert the full screen, and we thank you guys immensely for tuning into the show week after week after week. You guys are faithful fans. We love you. We see you at all the Funketeers and the balls and this and that. without the Funketeers and Mr. Mark Lee, producer, and the guests, we wouldn't have any show. So we love everything about you guys, man. It's just, you guys are so cool. But Mr. Harper, I'm going to give you the full screen because any last words of encouragement?
Okay. It's paused, but I guess you guys can still hear me.
Yeah, we hear you. I don't know what's going on with Robert's side, but I mean with definitely Zach's side, but I know that I'm going to pull off, and he's going to pull off as well. But we definitely want you to have that last word and all in that line. And hopefully by the time that you've done that, he'll be able to come back. But I'm going to pull both of us off, and if there's a freeze going on his side, we're going
to... is messing with us. Sir Nose. Sorry, Sir Nose, you can't get us. All right, we back, Rob. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to thank everybody from tuning in, and we need you guys to support these podcasts and stations like this. Okay, like I said, this genre of music was created years and years, decades ago, and we want to keep it alive. We want to come out with some new funk. You know what I mean? To complement what George and James Brown and all them that already started. And keep it going. We need your support. My website is real easy. www. My first name, Robert, last name, Harper, BASS.com. You can go there, hit the store link. And like I said, go fund me. Just donate a couple dollars on some downloads, even if you don't want to use a download. You know, I'm speaking really to the older school people. They're not into that too much download and stuff. But we need your support because I want to keep doing these videos for you. Like we got this one coming out for Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving. This stuff costs dollars. And I could really use your support and help to keep on making these videos and keep on pushing this stuff. And we're going to see us all come together. Our first outing is October 15th in Lynchburg, Virginia. You can check out Tony Cam and the Funk All Stars. Just Google it. Concert for Causes with Brett Murray. We're all under the same umbrella. We are making this funk happen. Thank you, Mr. Lee and Zach, for inviting me. I'd like to come back again too soon, and get the music. The funk record. Let me see if I can get it in there. Whoops, they falling out of the cover and stuff. Can't get the hands right. There you go. They're just a couple of records I did. The funk record and Bounce With Me. And I got some other stuff you check out. All right.
Yo, that was Mr. Robert Harper. Y'all heard what the brother said. Come out and support all forms of music, no matter what. Funk especially because, you know, they're trying to kill it off. But we ain't going to let that happen because we learn from the best of the best of the best. And we tip our hat to them. Let's go Mets. Come on now. Give me one. But anyway, that's for my New York fans. We get ready to get out of here. Thank you all for hanging out with us. It's been an amazing ride, Funk from the Front Seat. Go back and check it out on YouTube, Facebook. We'll be rerunning this show today at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then for our funky fans overseas, 12 o'clock a.m. tonight, we will be rerunning this show. Stay tuned for the best of Funk from the Front Seat shorts, which is going to be starting on YouTube next week. And Mr. Harper, this is just the first of many, many, many interviews we're going to do with you. And we may even try to do like a little short live on location, Funk from the Front Seat, out and about when I see you.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. You got some homework to do.
Yo, I already got my work to do, bro. I got the song. I'm already working on it. It'll be in my memory bank by tomorrow. Then I'll just loop it and dupe it all week, bro.
Okay.
All right, man. I got you, man. Yo, we're going to leave with one of my favorite artists. Funk from the Front Let me put on my glasses so I can see what they ain't looking at. DC, Ohio, California, say what, Bootsy? Georgia, North and South Carolina, Virginia, New Orleans, DC, Joplin City, New Jersey, you heard? New York, Bayshore, Strong Island, Queens, Staten Island, and Charlotte. I got you. Say what? Minneapolis, Detroit, Joplin City. Oh, I feel you, Brenda. I feel you, Bougie and Patty. I know y'all bumping. Canada, Mexico, como está Puerto Rico, New Orleans, South and North Dakota. Woo! Robert Harper today, y'all. Enough said. Producer Mr. Mark Lee. I'm your host. Number 9, Funk from the front seat, 9 on the grind. Hawaii, Tokyo, Anyang Haseyo, China, Japan, Russia, Egypt, Dubai, India, Peru, South America, North and South Pole, Antarctica, Canada, England, Italy, Germany, Australia. What's up, mate? Love you, Carmen. One day, baby. Elizabeth, Ireland. DJ Cocolino, I got you. Say what, y'all? Oh, God, what a hot show today, y'all. Peace, love, and harmony. Believe in yourself. New Funk Alliance. Stay tuned. Philadelphia, Texas, George the Funkavinci, we got you. Hector Garcia, I'll see you at the end of the month, bro. Funk from the front seat. Robert Harper is with us today. Say what? Oh, yeah. We love y'all out there, man. Hey, yo, Mark, let's get out of here, bro. I'll see y'all next time, all right? Funk from the front seat. We'll see y'all when we take another ride. Remember, universal love, peace, and harmony. And make sure, if you need to reach out to somebody, you do, because there's a lot of hurt out there right now. And the only way we can heal is to love each other, heal each other, and not hurt each other. All right? So y'all stay cool. Yo, bro, Rob, I see you next week, bro.
All right.
I love you, man. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Mark Lee.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your time with us, your space, your energy, your beautiful home, your wife, your guitars, and your musical gifts. You truly are one of the great artists of our time. And I can't wait to start working with you more. Mr. Mark Lee, let's go home. For everybody out there watching, I'll see y'all next time.
See ya.